Hey guys, what's up? Need somebody give me a 5 for 5, and we'll go ahead and get started with this. I'm just kind of throwing this one together, guys, because of obvious reasons. Um, yeah, this is not something that I expected to see today, to be honest with you. I knew it was a chance, but whenever these things happen, I like to come on real quick and let you guys know what's up. And I will start by saying this, okay? There's absolutely nothing to be scared about. Okay? So don't nobody start getting a little upset or scared or thinking this is grid down. Obviously, I'm talking to you right now, so the grid ain't down yet. But no, I don't think this is that event. Okay? The only thing that has got me a little bit saying this might be a little bit stronger is the fact that we did get an R3 out of this. That's a radio Blackout 3, and we'll go over that here in just a second. But yeah, so that did happen, and again, like I said, guys, I need to pull up some of my links here. I'm sorry, I just wanted to throw this together for you guys, so you guys had something. My daughter has a dance choir program tonight, and I'm not going to have time to do this here in about an hour or so I needed to do this right now. Hey, Miss V, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay today. And everybody else in there, I'll say hi while this is all booting up. Actually, I'm going to let's see where this lands me. This might give us the updated ones. I love the way SDO or ISWA has changed their site. They anybody that ever frequents this site at all, they added these little tabs here for like Soho and I'm trying to show it to you, SDO. And you get to see all wavelengths in one window. So that is a huge upgrade in my opinion, because you don't have to go opening up 5,000 tabs. It definitely it makes things go a little bit smoother. And so yeah. So let me pause that for a second. I don't think this is going to get us where we need to go. Nope, I'm going to have to update them. All right. So what I will say, guys, listen. Again, I'm going to say this one more time, and I'll probably say it 5,000 more times. This is nothing to fear, okay? There's no fear here. We don't do that here on this channel. I hope you guys don't do that in your real lives, because it's just not healthy, okay? If stuff like this scares you or is causing you to fear, you need to walk away from it and get your head right, okay? Because you're going to make bad decisions when bad things happen if that's the case. And we don't want that for anybody. And I'm telling you right now, this is not grid down. I'm not saying we can't have some sporadic power outages or something like that here in a few days. But as of right now, this is not, the only thing that has, again, I have to say, that has got me thinking that might be a little stronger than normal is the fact that we've had the other ones popping off. You can see it right there. It's just, yeah, things are happening. And see that one right there? Guys, when I looked at that, I got off Marfugel last night, and that one had popped off. And I thought it was coming at us at first, because if you look at it from Soho view over here, you can't tell if it's coming right at you or not. Whether it's going directly off the back or right at you. This one went off the back. Okay? So then that happened, and then this about an hour or so ago, we get this one. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say this one's coming directly at us. I don't know. It's too early to tell. It does look like it's in our general direction, but as you can tell, the fan of this, how it's fanning out, is not fanning out as big as these other ones did on the M flares. So that's suggesting that this thing is going a little bit to our side, which would be, if you're talking in space terms, to our west, to the right. It's opposite of what you would think for a map. But when you're talking about looking at the sun, east and west are reversed. So that was last night. Well, we'll just run this back because we got M flare right there at us. Another M flare at us. This one here, I don't know how strong it was, guys, but it looks like it's just as strong, if not stronger, than the one we just had. So that one off the backside. And you can even see how right about, if I noticed it right, you'll start seeing some charged particles there, and that went off the backside. Not even at the satellite. So anyway, you got that one. And this is the CME with the X flare. So let me show you the X flare, because that's what you guys want to see. And that's why we're here. Let me pull this over here. And again, it came from the same sunspot. Now that's either beneficial or not. We just don't know yet. When it fired the M class, it was sitting over here. All right, you're going to see the X class right here in just a second. You can tell. Can you guys see how the satellite was jumping around there a little bit? That's actually those CMEs, the M class from the M class flares. That's actually those CMEs. The energy from those hitting those satellites. It's shaking them. And so what that's telling me is that this satellite, SDO, is sitting right out in front of Earth. I think this one's like 38,000 miles or something like that out in front of us. So that's telling me we're probably going to start seeing effects from these CMEs here very, very shortly. And again, this one's going to be, depending on how fast it's moving, it could be, I don't know, probably a couple days. X flares tend to shoot out CMEs that move a little faster. So we'll see. But it came from the same general sunspot area, and it is rotated a little bit, not directly right in front of us now. So that's either a positive or a negative. You can see how it kept firing right here. So let me get you to the X flare part of it. Right there. It's pretty obvious when it happens. You guys see that, right? Hey, Keith, what's up, buddy? Hey, yes, I had seen that. I just haven't had a chance to text you back. Thank you for sending that to me. I had just, I was laying down taking a nap, and I had to go pick up my daughter. I picked my phone up, and guess who sent me a text? Old Keith, baby. Keith sent me a text saying, hey, did you see that X flare? So what did Mark do? Stepped right into action. And, but I probably would be an extra half hour behind this if that hadn't been the case. So thank you, Keith. Appreciate you. And that's why we talk to each other, guys. I mean, we get stuff to each other that we're not seeing. I watch this thing constantly, and I just happened to be taking a nap when this happened. So, I mean, there you go. But you can tell, guys, you know, that's an X flare, guys. This is a true X flare. So I have to put that out there. And I want to say thanks to all the new people coming over here, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. And people ask me all the time, you know, they'll come to me and say, hey, such and such used your stuff, like my video and stuff. Listen, everybody is allowed to use my stuff. I don't care who it is. Right? So that is how I run my channel. I always have from the beginning. So, yeah, and I get it. I understand. Thank you for trying to, you know, protect me or whatever you're doing as far as saying some people were using your stuff, because the other day we had multiple people using my stuff, and I don't care. That's what I want. I want the word to get out, right? And so thank you guys to anybody that's seen my stuff on other channels and came over here. Thank you. Mark Fugel, Paul Bagley, all guys, listen, my stuff, I don't care. I don't care who's using it. I want them to use it. I have nothing about that. I don't care. I mean, and here's the fact though, guys, too. Keep in mind, these are public sites anyway. Anybody can go to these. So just keep that in mind. And again, guys, you guys know that I'm good with everybody. So that's just how I roll. I really do. I roll like that. That's how I roll. And I appreciate everybody. So, just let you know. Hold on 1 second, guys. Real life happening in the background here. Oh, it's spam. I'm not sure if you guys can hear my landline ringing or not, but yeah. Yeah, it's a spam call, and I'm not going to listen to that crap. So yeah, and guys, I appreciate anybody who wants to come and listen to me. And you guys can look at my subscription list, and you guys know. You guys know who I watch by just going there and looking at it. Right? And I don't, sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of that for a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, we got this X player, and I want to say thanks to, again, guys, listen, anybody that ever uses my stuff or shows my stuff on their channel, I appreciate that, because it does get people out to see my stuff, right? And that's what I'm doing here. And you guys know I don't do it for any other reason. I don't monetize. I haven't looked at this number yet, but, you know, because of everybody showing my stuff, I'm now over 50,000 subscribers. I would be interested to see how many channels out there that have 50,000 subscribers that aren't monetized. And I'm not against monetizing. I think people that, especially people that do it for their job, I mean, you have to monetize. And you have to do things to try to keep viewers coming. I get it. Right? And that's what I'm trying to say. So, you know, there's no judgment over here on anybody. I don't care who it is. We don't allow that here, and that's what we're doing. So, you know, I'm sorry if you don't like that. That's just what it is. I mean, and that's the whole problem with today's world, guys. I mean, can't none of us come to the middle. I can, and I think a lot of you guys can, and that's why you're here. People cannibalize themselves. And speaking of cannibalize, listen, this was a cannibal CME, by the way. Because it was. That first one that popped off, the second CME behind it caught up to it. And it kind of merged into one. They call that a cannibal CME. So, as you're looking at this, you're looking at the R3 right here. Right? So look at NOAA's forecasting. And I mentioned this on Marf last night. I think this is the first time this sun cycle they have actually forecasted a G3. All right. Now this is something I'm going to look into too, because I'm going to point something out right here that we are looking over here in the States right now. When this thing popped off, it was over top of us. Right there. You see that? You guys remember what happened to the hurricanes out here in the Gulf last year? When we had M flares popping off right on top of these things? They immediately started to strengthen. Two of them. On two separate occasions. What's going on right here right now in the States? We've got a massive tornado outbreak going on right this second. Okay? And, you know, this X flare can actually help boost that stuff. You're adding energy, electrons, all that stuff to the atmosphere. The lightning most definitely has been proven to increase. So just understand that that's what's happening. You know? Good to see you, No Sheeple. Yeah, you've been here a long time. You've been here since the beginning. Broke Fish, what's up? Melamom, what's happening? So, yeah, guys, I mean, yeah, we just don't do that here, guys. We don't, you know, and I just wanted to point that out, because you don't get a whole lot of channels that have that kind of an attitude, you know. I want everybody to show my stuff. I do. And even if they didn't, doesn't mean I ain't going to watch their channel, because I do. I mean, it's that's what I'm trying to say. I don't judge anybody, nobody's channels. All right. Now, because again, guys, I believe you can get truth from any channel. I really do. That is really how I believe. So we got an X flare. Back to that. Sorry. And again, guys, this is on the heels of 2 M class flares. Just have to say that. All right. It just is. And so what can happen from this? Bam, bam. You know, hit. So we get the double tap. It's not really a double tap now, okay? And the reason why is because they've kind of merged into one. And that stuff, you're going to start seeing here in the next few hours that the geomagnetic activity, the KP number, is probably going to start going up. And so I tell you what we can do. We can look at the Discover data. Okay, so what are we looking at? You see this right here? This right here is telling me, this is the BZ. We look for -6. Just now, we've got our first reading of -6. Okay, so what's that mean? Well, it means our magnetic field and the angle of which the stuff is coming in is at a good angle for the stuff to really rush into our system. And what that will do is that will allow stuff to intensify. And what you're looking at here, you're looking at density on the orange. And then the purple is wind speed. And all this stuff is pretty normal right now. But I do look for this density to shoot up and the wind speed. So with our BZ pointing down, right, -6. And with these two, probably, because you'll see this a lot, it'll kind of go right here and it'll dip real quick. And it all dipped at the same time. You see this? So that means that's kind of like, it's telling you that this is an event happening. Whether it's a big one or whatever. Small things cause those little dips too. But they all reacted at the same time. So it's most likely the CME starting to arrive. Alright? So especially with the BZ tilting back down like this. So in the next few hours, I would look for the density to spike and the wind speed. And what that'll do is that'll put us into geomagnetic storm conditions, and I look for us to, I really think the bottom end of what we'll see is a G2. I really think we're gonna. They're saying they're forecasting G3, but you know there's room to wiggle there. It could be stronger, it could be not as strong. So yeah. Also, you see the proton flux that's the radiation. And at least the radiation that we look for. Now, you see it start going back up. That happened right when that X-flare popped off. Okay? I'm not sure if we're going to get a radiation storm from this one. We could. But it lags behind the X-rays. Hey, Miss Honeybee, how you doing? Hey, Seventh, what's up, bud? Thinker, what's happening? Robin, Fish, what's that? So, if you look at NOAA's forecasting, they're definitely saying a really good spike of density here. That's substantial, right? That's kind of what we would expect with what we see on the coronagraphs and all the other data. And also here, you look at the wind speed. It's saying close to 800, so that's fast. It's not like the fastest we've ever seen, but it's fast. So with all that, man, I don't see us missing any of this stuff. I mean, I really think we're going to have geomagnetic storm conditions. What can we expect? Well, no, let me show you this first, because this shows the cannibal part of the CME. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so that's the first CME popping off. And if you look real close, the second one's like really close behind it. See that? See how close these were together? And as we go through time here, what happens? Watch. The one behind it is moving faster than the one in front of it. Now watch what happens to them. See that? That's what they call a cannibal CME. It ate up the one in front of it. Basically, it's two CMEs coming together as one, and it's going to intensify stuff. And what's a little, you know, right here, if you look at this kind of does show still a little bit of like a double shock wave. See that? You can even see it here. So if that happens, you know, and it probably will, you know, but this thing is like right at us. So we're taking this one. So you just got to understand that, guys. And I got, I think Maya Mom was asking about CME stuff last night. And I was trying to respond at the end there. Health issues. Yes, there's health issues involved with this stuff, guys. You just have to go look it up. I can't tell you exactly, exactly what you need to be looking for, but I know heart patients and things like that really have to pay attention to this stuff. Okay? So understand that. So, yeah, Steve, you're right. G7 predicted for by tomorrow. Actually, here in the next few hours, they're forecasting it right here. And that, if you guys live in the States, you're looking at about, that would be like, I want to say, what, 8 p.m. tonight? Like here in like 4 hours? Okay? So that's what we're looking at. Here in the next few hours, this stuff's going to start hitting. So yeah, it did, Steve. It did. And I think I was just trying to explain to everybody what was going on there. The second CME behind it caught up with it and cannibalized it, and it kind of turned into one. And so you're seeing that right here, and the NASA model is confirming it. So I do think that that's probably what happened. The one behind it is kind of pushing it faster, just a little bit. And when that happens, like I said, guys, you'll get like a double bow shock type of shockwave, bam. Unless, if they were to combine way back here, really early, that double thing would probably go away to some extent, and it just would look as one CME. Yeah, I mean, guys, that's the other thing. Keith, thank you for bringing that up. You will you'll see a definite increase in Aurora. I have no doubt in my mind on that one. Anybody that's an Aurora photographer is probably all over this one. This is something that's going to be pretty cool to see. I tell you what, before I get off here, let's go back over here to ISWA. And again, guys, there's that. That's the X flare. So let me pop off of the zoomed in version, and we'll look at it on the 94 angstrom. I'm not sure if I updated that or not. I don't think I did. Yep, I did. Huh. Okay, cool. It's right here. I want to point out, too, guys, that we have this sunspot over here, too. And I'm going to talk about something here in a second, too. There's that one. Notice how that didn't come from the middle. You see how it kind of came from over here? It didn't come from the exact middle of that sunspot. It was close, but it really kind of came from over here, because that's where it was interacting with the smaller core over here. So, yeah, and you can see how it hung around for a minute, and that's exactly what X-flares do usually. But I also want to point out, I showed you guys over here on Stereo A, that explosion. Okay, that's off the backside. What's that mean? That means that there's something back there. There's a sunspot back there. And this one looks to be X-class close anyway. Yeah, Robin, G7 tonight. Actually, here in just a few hours, they're forecasting. Whether it happens exactly, I think it's going to happen close to their forecasting. I really think they've got this one pretty close, in my opinion. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. So, I mean, but as you got this, guys, look at this. Check it out. Boom. Boom. That's the X-flare. Now, again, I have to point out that this one doesn't look like it's fanning out as far, which is kind of telling me it's either more concentrated, or it may not be as strong as these other ones we've been seeing, or it could be going off to our side a little bit, off to our west, which is actually to your right when you're looking at the sun. So all that has to come into play here, and we can go look at Lasco C2 here in just a second. So yeah, I mean, because Earth is over here, but we don't know how far this one's shooting off that direction. It's hard to say, and I'm not going to say one way or the other. This is that one that fired off the back. So as we go forward here, we'll see the other ones start to show up. The X-flare just happened. We'll see how much it's updated. Okay. You see this? Watch right here. You'll see a... because it jumps... Yeah, it jumped 5 hours right there. So we're missing 5 hours of data on Soho. We got it on stereo A, so we know what happened. But you can see that it looks to be moving to the right. So with this moving to the right, and with this one kind of going to the right also, it's telling me that this is at least taking a sideward angle. So it may be more of a glancing blow from this flare, from this X-Class flare, the CME part of it. Alright? But yeah. Oh, hey, Rampage, you changed your name. Oh, cool, you integrated the lifeboat to it. Awesome. Good to see you, man. I hadn't seen you in a minute. Hey, Carolyn, what's up? Dubious Maximus. Yeah, guys, that's the other thing, too. I do want to bring that up because we got real weather happening, right? Real weather. Not just space weather coming. We're talking about thunderstorms and tornadoes, big time stuff. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take you guys down to a website that I go to. I trust this person with weather more than I've ever trusted anybody. This man knows what the heck he is doing, man. I was really impressed when I first seen his channel. He's probably live right now. I bet he is. Yep, there he is. Ryan Hall. You guys ain't been over here, you guys need to go check him out. Okay? He's live right now, and this is what you're going to get over here. He's showing you all these tornado warnings. He'll stay live for 12 hours if he has to. Longer. He's got storm spotters that report directly at him. He uses that Omega radar. It's the best radar you could possibly even think about having. And so if you guys are in Tornado Alley or just in a place where you get a lot of weather, you guys would be doing yourselves a disservice if you did not go to his channel. And I'm not kidding you. I don't know Ryan at all. This is just me saying this is a good channel. Okay? I don't expect him to know who I am for sure. I mean, gosh, why would he? But I'm just saying, you know, go over here, subscribe up to his channel, because if there's stuff going on in real weather, this guy is the guy to go see. I'm telling you. And I hate to say it like this, but man, I'd almost skip the other mainstream stuff because this guy is on it. He's like, if there's a tornado warning that pops off, he's got 6 of them right here, right now. So just know that that's happening. And I do think that this X-flare, when it did pop off, these things do have an effect on our real weather here. Okay, and I've already discussed that, but yeah. So let's just back up this one here real quick. So yeah, guys, that's real weather there. That's real weather stuff. And also, guys, right here, I mean, the lifeboat. You guys know, it's the addiction channel that me and Tommy run, Recovery. And this right here is, we help a lot of people over here get a lot of help. So what I'm saying is, you'd be doing yourselves a favor. And we got a call-in show tonight. Niall's calling in, and sometimes they have different opinions in recovery. So they talk about that. That's it, and they share their experiences and what they know. Daggone it. I don't know what I did there, but okay. Let's just do this. There's the link to that. It's TLB, the lifeboat. I run the technical stuff in the background, and I talk a little bit over here, but not a whole lot. But we're helping people. It's like a big online recovery group, okay? But the chat is like a family, And just like we get here. Okay? Hey, Ricky. You're at Applebee's? Occam's Razor, what's up? So yeah, come check us out over on the lifeboat later on tonight. We're going live at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 West Coast. We go live for an hour every night at 9 o'clock, but we're going at 9:30 tonight. So just so you know. But go check out Ryan Hall for good weather, meteorological weather here on the here on the surface. You want space weather? There's a lot of people. You guys know who I send you to. So, and if you want good alternative news, Marfugel. That's where to go, guys. I'm telling you. So yeah, this did happen. If anything else happens, I will be back with an update. I promise. If nothing else happens, I may still come back on with an update later on. So thank you to everybody that came and gave me their time right now. I really hope you guys have a really good rest of your day. And remember, no fear whatsoever. Be aware, not scared. We make bad decisions when we're scared. And I'm going to say this one more time. This is not grid downtime, guys. Okay? This is time just to pay attention. That's it. I'm not saying we can't have some electrical issues, because we can. I don't think they're going to be massive, though. So just understand that. So there you go, guys. I do appreciate you. I got to take my daughter to her program now. Or I'd probably hang out and go over some more stuff. But God bless. Yahusha saves. And you can drink this Kool-Aid.